Shalom, giving all praise unto Yahweh Shema Shai Hashem HaKodash. Double honors unto the apostles, a great millstone. And honors you, brothers, that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And above I body commit to give you this truth for the grace and mercy of Yahweh Shema Shai. So this is going to be a very quick video. And me personally, I've never seen anything like this before in my lifetime. All right, I'm just a young man, but damn, this is crazy. All right, so you had food banks during the 2008 crash, the C-19, and many other instances where you had food banks where basically food is given out for free for people that are hard up, that are in hardship. Now you got a new thing here that they're gonna be doing, which is called a heat bank. It's the time that we're getting into, man. The time of Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 30:7. It's such as it is not time like it. It's even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. And this is what's coming out here, man. Right? The prophets have been letting you know that this is what's coming. And this is the council out here within the Shire, within Yorkshire, and they're basically planning to set up heat banks for people to leave their house because they can't heat up their house because they haven't got the money to heat up their house. And then they want these people to go in the heat banks and stay warm in the heat banks. A leading chancellor angry at soaring BP profits says the city is working to set up warm banks to help people this winter as the cost of living bites. And I seen one article, they're basically saying that they want $6,000 for electricity next year, which, I was speaking to one of the brothers down there, because for certain individuals it's like it's not even nothing, right? But he pointed out, and it's a great point, for a large percentage, maybe 20 to about 40% of the people that live in here within the UK, a £20 deviation in cost of living is enough to break it, right? Is enough to break the budget. Okay, if you look at and it kind of makes sense because I did do some research in the past to see what was the average amount of money that a person has after they get paid and they pay their bills. I think it was less than like £100 or £200. That's the vast majority of people. So you ain't got no savings, right? You haven't got no pot where you can jump into in hard times, which we're getting into those hard times. And then you got some, a smaller percentage that might have those resources and they're just like, well, it's nothing, right? What's $3,000 to a guy that spends, 120 grand on a car? That's nothing, right? Okay. So a lot of people, they're going to be very much destitute. And like I said, look, I've never seen anything like this before. People could tell me their experiences across the countries, but they're really setting up a facility where you could leave your house because you can't afford the heating at your house. Go to the food bank because you can't afford food, right? Eat at the food bank or get the cans and all of that. And then when you go to the food bank, after you leave the food bank, you're going to go to where? You're going to go to the heat bank. So you can stay warm in the winter because you can't afford it. So this kingdom is done, man. And Britain was supposed to be so great, but look what the elite banking families did in a short space of 2 years. People would have never thought that this would happen within the UK. They would have thought that this was like the pinnacle of civilization, right? That this is like this kind of situations happens out there to them Africans, right? Or to them Indians or something. But lo and behold, right? Lo and behold, Britain's done. So, that's pretty much the video. And York, by the way, is one of the wealthiest cities here within the UK, let alone like some of the lesser cities, like certain parts within Scotland, certain parts within Birmingham. I mean, I'm just thinking off the top of my head, Hull, places like that, real poor, real poverty-stricken areas. York is like affluent. York is like Manchester, Leeds, and London. I mean, I think if you look at the house prices, I think it's London, then York, then probably Leeds, then probably Manchester off the top of my head. You know, I'm not super duper expert, but you know, if you did a cross reference between population density and house prices, you plotted if you plotted population density and house prices on a graph, then I think the crossover point is going to be very close, not the same, but in terms of density and house price costs, you're going to be very close to London, right? There ain't no poor city, man, and they're setting up heat banks. This place is done, man. Yawashimasha Bashimokwako Dasha Barakata. Double honors unto the apostles of Great Millstone, and honors your brothers that be pushing this truth in sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. Shalom.